And the last technique that we'll be covering on ways to get to the hypnagogic stage 1 of sleep liminal dreaming state lucidly or consciously aware that I've gotten from people within the community over the past week or so is a really great technique, and it's really like very similar to one of my most used techniques ever, essentially like my whole play dead meditation thing. And so this comment came in on the video that I titled Forcing a Wild or Deeper State of Hypnagogia, and it came in from Eloyp. I think that's how you say their name, ELOYP.B4993. And he writes, after trying a lot of different methods, I've come to the conclusion that we all benefit from different techniques to get to the hypnagogic sleep paralysis and OBE states. And I 100% agree with that. I feel like one of the biggest gaps in my content is, the extreme majority of the time when I'm covering different techniques and methods and things, I'm coming at it from the perspective of things that have worked for me over the years. Like, the only time I'm really not doing that, for the most part, that I can think of off the top of my head at least, is when I'm covering techniques and things from within books that we're going over on the channel. But I, 100% agree with that. And then I also kind of wonder too that, after, at least from my understanding of his comment, it does seem quite similar to my play dead meditation thing. So I kind of wonder if he's ever seen any of my videos on that stuff. But nonetheless, I'll continue on. I found out that for me, my biggest problem is not drifting into sleep unconsciously. But I think what he actually meant to write there was my biggest problem is not drifting into sleep consciously. I found that breathing in for 4 to 5 seconds, exhaling for the same amount, smooth in and out breaths, relaxing the body as much as possible on the exhalation, and spending 2 to 3 seconds without air and deepening the physical relaxation is the best way that has taken me the furthest, right? And so when it comes to my whole play dead meditation technique, it really is like very similar to that. I think the only other kind of difference for me is that when I'm trying to get maximum relaxation at the very bottom of my breath in between, my exhale and my inhale, is I just try to turn off and like play dead. Other techniques haven't done a good job at anchoring me without falling asleep, and kind of losing your conscious awareness. Basically, inhale, exhale, hold the breath without air, and repeat to the point of physical sleep. I've been playing with this method, and yesterday I had some minor hypnagogic flashbacks, seeing things for a very short period of time, even hearing things that were clearly not coming from a physical source around me. And that's another thing I think I would like to point out here is very often when my hypnagogic images first start to kind of pop and flash up, it is at what is essentially like my most relaxed state at the very bottom of my breath at that moment in between my exhale and my inhale, when typically for me, I'll just kind of think about it like I turn off and play dead at that moment. That is the majority of the time, if I'm paying attention to it, when this hypnagogic images and flashes first start to pop up, then you just keep rinsing and repeating, inhale, whatever, everything blacks out at the bottom. Hopefully you get another flash of an image. And then those images will start to get more sticky and stay there longer. And then once they are there, you can switch your object of attention from this whole just being really relaxed thing to actually, passively. You don't want to get too wrapped up in the narrative and lose your lucidity, but then, switch your object of attention to actually watching and keeping these visuals within your object of attention. Anyway, really great tip. Thanks for that comment. And that is it. Until the next video, keep your hypnagogic meditation practice legit.